Hi team, just wanted to make a quick update to check in with you guys, give you an update on where things are at. What incredible times, eh? How quickly have things moved since I did this last update with the restrictions in place in New Zealand, in Australia. Obviously, we've got everyone working from home. You know, I think the whole way through this, we've been a little bit ahead of where we need to be, which is also showing how well we're doing in the market at the moment. I believe we're still at the start of this, and you know the lockdown in New Zealand for 4 weeks could go longer. In Australia, we had an update with Victoria Health where they're predicting that the peak need for medical staff, which is going to be correlated with the virus load, is going to be in 10 to 12 weeks. So really, we are seeing the start of this huge demand. In New Zealand, we're in a lull before what I believe is will be the storm. Exponential numbers look pretty small at the start, but they grow very quickly. And I believe that in New Zealand, we've got the big load still to come. But through all this, we've stepped up, and obviously we had a record month, 27% over the last record, which I think is absolutely exceptional. And the reality is that every single team is contributing to that. Every team is firing, and I appreciate you all. I think one thing I want to talk about, which has really shown why we've been, has come to the fore really, and why we're so successful at the moment, is this idea of a growth mindset. And I believe that the team is really demonstrating this from the front line all the way through to the executive team. We're trying new things, and I think this is an exciting time for us because we can try new things. We don't have to be perfect. We can, see what works, see what doesn't work. If it doesn't work, we adjust and we move forward. And I think that's been really fantastic. I think the whole team demonstrated that growth mindset in the transition to home. Working from home, we didn't miss a beat. And in fact, the team stepped up, and, we've obviously delivered a record month, which is pretty huge. I think another area where we're really demonstrating that growth mindset is around the growing our team. It'd be very easy with a fixed mindset to be like, okay, we're not going to be able to bring new people on through this, but we haven't demonstrated that. So we're adjusting, we're adapting to training people remotely, to bringing people in, to actually expanding our team to meet the huge demand that we're seeing. I think a part of this growth mindset that is showing why we're doing well is that we are hunting out, we're seeking the opportunities to have an impact, and therefore to be successful as a business. In New Zealand, we went on this path of building a workforce, knowing that the demand is coming, and our job here is to talk to those people, to communicate with them, to make sure they know that this is about preempting what is to come and hunting out ways to deploy those people. We built the workforce before we knew exactly what we were going to do, but we've partnered with an organisation to build out a telehealth service. So that's the type of growth mindset I think sometimes we need to step forward at the moment without having all the answers. And I think it's pretty cool that the team is doing that. Something I'd add, I guess, is around working from home. I've obviously shooting this from my home office. And I just encourage you guys, I think you've done an amazing job so far, obviously, delivering a record month and not even missing a beat. But, I guess the things, I'd encourage you to do is find your rhythm, create your habits, find what works for you. And the other piece as well is just to reach out if you're struggling. Reach out to your teammates, reach out to your line manager, to whoever you feel comfortable with doing that. Because I think, we're going to have ups and downs through this as individuals, as teams, and I think it's important that when you are having those downs, reach out to people, because we're all here, we're a team, we're here to support you, and make sure you have conditions to be successful. That's what I see one of my main jobs as CEO is to create conditions where you can be successful, and I really appreciate the adaptability you've shown through this to make those conditions happen at your house. Look, guys, this whole thing, the record month, the impact we're having has shown that we are an essential service. We're classified as an essential service, and we truly are. Mobilising a workforce is now even more than ever important, putting the doctors in the right place at the right time. And I think the other piece about this is that challenging times really show who you are as individuals, as a company. When everything's going great, it's easy. But when things get challenging, that's really what separates people and organisations. The bad operators are going to get shown up. The recent briefing we had in Victoria, a lot of the smaller operators were asking questions that we've addressed 2 or 3 weeks ago. We're ahead of the curve and we're doing well because of it. Some of the operators aren't doing so well. We know that Zeep had to lay off about half their staff. So challenging times will also show who the good operators are, who's prepared to step up, who's ready, who's done the work to get themselves ready, who's built a team, who's built the systems, who's built a culture and built a mindset, a growth mindset that allows us to take those opportunities, and that's who we are. That's what we're doing right now. So, team, appreciate you all. What we do matters. You are part of the fight. You're part of the response for both Australia and New Zealand to address what is the biggest challenge of our times. And I'm proud of the way each of you is stepping up and is doing what you can do to be a positive member of this response. So look after yourselves, look after each other, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate you.